What's good, people? What's good? We back with another episode of the show, Playback Real. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Hope everyone had a good time with your family, with your friends, and all that stuff over the holiday weekend. NFL, a lot of things happened this past week, this past weekend, really. Starting off with Thursday, we had the Cowboys winning 30-23 over the Washington Commanders. Neither team is making the playoffs. The Lions were playing for their playoff lives, and it didn't end well. They got beat by a quarterback who threw the ball 51 yards. Jokic had more points than Brosmer had passing yards on the same day. But yeah, most of those yards came from a long running play, and they ended up winning by 13. Shouldn't have been like that. Detroit, 5 turnovers. Can't be doing that shit. Can't be doing that shit. But that's the Lions for you. They peaked when they had the NFC Championship game against San Francisco a couple years ago. It is what it is. Losing Ben Johnson, it was going to be some regression. Broncos beat Chris Olawokandi and the Chiefs. If the Chiefs had a won, there would have been a whole bunch of games during this weekend and next weekend that wouldn't have meant shit. So they weren't going to have that happen. On top of that, I don't even think he had 100 yards passing in the game, and no one really even knows about the guy. I think he played at South Dakota State. That's all I know. Saturday, the Packers lost to the Ravens 41-24. They did something they should have been doing the whole time that everyone's been saying. Get Derrick Henry the ball. Just give him the ball. He gonna do what he do. Got 4 touchdowns, 214 yards on the ground, and I think he reached what was that, the top 10 in rushing yards or something like that, and rushing touchdowns. I think top 4 or something like that. But yeah, Derrick Henry, yeah, fourth all time in rushing touchdowns, 10th all time in rushing yards. Same game. Player of the game, nonetheless, they had to do something to set up that Pittsburgh Steelers and Baltimore Ravens game, which is the primetime Week 18 flex game. Sunday Night Football 8:20. Ravens Steelers, the rematch. We'll find out who wins. Texans, they beat the Chargers 20-16. The game was sloppy, a lot of turnovers, some back-to-back turnovers and things. Just sloppy. The Chargers played like they did against the Texans in the playoffs. It's basically like watching that all over again. Sunday, punk ass Baker and the Buccaneers lost to the Dolphins. That's all you need to say. They got to set it up for Carolina and Tampa next weekend. But again, they 1-7. I think it's 1-7 in their last 8 games. That's terrible. Patriots won 42-10 over the Jets. No shock there. Steelers had a chance to win the game. Aaron Rodgers sold them out, forcing the ball to MVS. When he had Gainwell wide open, could have walked in for a touchdown. Only Brown's touchdown was Fannin, who appeared to be injured on the play. Shador gets his second win against yet another team that was in the running to draft him. First it was the Raiders, now it's the Steelers. And again, that was all the setup, of course. AFC North matchup, Ravens Steelers. And Myles Garrett did not break the record. They did everything in their power to get the ball out as fast as possible. Aaron Rodgers throwing them darts, doing it quick. They made it a point to show how fast he could get the ball off and all this other shit. Stats they usually don't even show. But for Myles Garrett in this record, they showed it and it became a whole storyline, an ongoing thing. And then when you really think about it, that is how they lost the game, was forcing the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hand as fast as possible. But I do think Myles Garrett will break this record next weekend against the Bengals, who beat the Cardinals 37-14. Titans, they blew a lead and lost to the Saints 34-26. Some about these Saints and Titans games of late, they've been entertaining, even though neither of them have a chance at playoffs this year. Still, something entertaining to see when it's two sorry ass teams. Jags beat the Colts 23-17, missing the playoffs. Jim Irsay died for nothing. That's crazy. That is crazy. They was the one. There was another team that finished 1-7. Seattle in an ugly first half, low scoring game. Ended up winning 27-10. They put on more points in the second half. G-Men put a thump into the Raiders. Sorry ass Raiders. Giants fans ain't happy because they messing up the tanking. But I mean, it's the Raiders. What do you expect? Eagles beat the Bills, and one of the storylines in that game was are the Bills gonna be shut out? Obviously, they didn't. They lost by 1 point. But that was the main storyline about it. Are they going to get shut out? They struggling offensively, this, that, and the third. And Sunday Night Football, lastly. The Bears lost 38-42 to the Niners. In a shootout, there was like no defense at all. It was entertaining. I will give them that. Late in the game, on the last drive, the Bears could have possibly scored and won the game because the Niners let I think it was a third down. They let dude wide ass open standing in the middle on the curl route. They dropped four. Wide open on the curl route. Caleb Williams got him the ball for the first down in a crucial point in the game on the last drive. And on the last play, Caleb was dancing, evading defenders, backpedaling super far back to ensure whenever he chucked that motherfucker that it would hit the dirt as he prepared to get hit on the last play. And that set up the Niners versus Seahawks for a big, big matchup. Hey, what's up, Caleb? What's up with the people in the chat? What's good, Blue Pyro Tech? Caleb said we making the playoffs. Steelers from the cap at 9 wins. I hope so. But something tells me with all this shit going on with Lamar and this John Harbaugh gonna get fired and all this stuff, they just gonna pull the plug. That's what I think is gonna happen. I really do. I hope I'm wrong, but I really do think they're gonna pull the plug. And it's gonna be the Steelers and that shit anyway. But that game definitely gonna go down to the wire. Prime time Ravens Steelers for Week 18 for the AFC North. Oh, you know that game will have some bullshit in it. I bet they probably gonna have another one of those situations where is it a touchdown or incomplete in that game like the Isaiah Likely one in the first game. You legit think the Steelers game plan was to prevent Garrett from? Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I didn't expect the Bills to lose either, man. I was surprised by that shit too. I was like, damn. But then I was watching NFL Countdown that morning yesterday. They were saying how much money was moving over to the Bills and shit. It started on the Eagles and then moved over to the Bills. And I was like, ah, shit. Here we go. Bills getting upset in the playoffs. That's what I'm saying. And Tom Brady gets to say such stuff about him, talking about a big booty quarterback. Like, yo, what in what game of football was that ever needed? You ain't got to say it like that. Understand? You talk about shit in sports. You ain't got to say it like that. That's hella freaky, Tom. Tom on some different timing, man. Nigga kissing owners and shit. Packers have not been higher than the 7th seed. Yeah, they already clinched too. That's what I think. I think Carolina gonna beat Tampa Bay, man. Tampa Bay's just been falling apart, and they even put them in the playoffs after a 1-8 skid. You already know what's gonna happen in the playoffs. They're gonna get thumped, or for the sake of Vegas, they make it interesting to have them win a game just to get thumped in the second game. But I think Carolina got this one. I just hope it's one of those good Carolina games, not one of those low scoring, sloppy Carolina games. Said Baker's cooked. That nigga been cooked. Nigga said Big Stank. What's good? That's a funny name. Saints gonna be looking for a new quarterback. Oh shit, y'all going back and forth about the Falcons and Saints. I already know. Bears could afford the loss since they already won the division. Facts. Absolutely. And again, they had to set up the Seattle San Fran game, so had to make sure that happened. You really wonder if they're gonna do with Herbert this season. At this rate, man, I don't even see them niggas winning a playoff game. To be honest, like it looks like the Chargers of old. They might surprise somebody and get that first one divisional. After that, they ain't gonna do shit. Like I said, they the Clippers, man. They the Clippers of the NFL. No matter how good they are, they're gonna be the Clippers when the playoffs come around. Saying Super Bowl 60, Niners get their sixth ring. Mm, doubt it, man. Brock already got his money. And they've been to so many damn Super Bowls too. And lost. Think they'll do another home team winning the Super Bowl with the Niners. I don't think they're done doing home teams winning the Super Bowl. And usually most of the teams that host, like I mentioned before, most of those teams don't even really make the playoffs like that. Obviously, they got the best chance to do it. I don't think they're gonna do it though. I really don't. And it would raise a lot of questions too, considering how many injuries they've had this year if they were to win the Super Bowl. So Broncos, Eagles, Super Bowl, Philly wins. I don't think they repeat. They're gonna have like a short exit. Maybe, probably, yeah, probably short exit for real. Then the whole storyline about is gonna be about AJ Brown yet again. Because every single week is something new with him. It's been like that the entire season. It's gonna be the same shit in the offseason. It's gonna be probably one of the hottest topics. Like how Aaron Rodgers' destination at the end of the season, it's gonna be like that for AJ Brown. Unless he ends up going somewhere relatively early in free agency. Damn. So Herbert been at least 6 years and Bo already got Broncos won it in 2 years. Justin Herbert got one of the weirdest like scripts, bro. Like he been to the playoffs a couple times, no wins. The one where they had the big lead against the Jags, and Trevor Lawrence had turnover after turnover after turnover on some Jameis Winston shit in the first half, and they still blew 27 nothing, blew the lead and lost. When they show up in the playoffs, they always look like shit. At least since Justin Herbert's been there. It is like I said, they the Clippers, man. They kind of getting the Cowboys treatment too, if you think about it. They make the playoffs, then in the game, it's just ugly. That's yeah, exactly. Packers, yeah, that's the one thing that worries me about them. That Michael Parsons injury. I still got them winning the Super Bowl, but boy, that Parsons injury, shit. Though that would be some crazy shit that if he did get injured, didn't get to play in the Super Bowl, but got a ring, and it was kind of like the little bit of petty aspect too. Like you got a ring, but you ain't get to play. Kind of like Odell, he got hurt in the Super Bowl, even though he scored and shit. Swept the kittens, nigga. The kittens is crazy. Steelers going to the what the fuck would make you think they going to the Super Bowl? Hell no. Hell no. Mm-mm. If they did, they get beat. That's for one. Mike Tomlin already got one. Steelers already got six. Shit, Rodgers already got one too. It'd be returning the favor. But no, I highly doubt that. They got to worry about winning a damn playoff game first. Talking about Super Bowl down, just slow down. Playoff game, baby steps. So the Chargers, the offensive line, that's why they lost last year. They keep losing every damn year, but it don't matter what it is. They just keep fucking losing. At first, it was the coach, and you can make an argument about that. Oh, dude with the really hairy arms, Staley. But that's who they are, bro. That's who they are. Do I think Shuck is legit or just another flash in the pan? From what I've seen, has actually been impressive. I was surprised. I was like, this nigga was ass in training camp and stuff. Granted, he didn't get thrown to the wolves immediately. Kind of Spencer Rattler kind of had to do that shit last year when the Saints roster was depleted. Obviously, he struggled this year. Shuck, excuse me, took over. I am curious what he does in his next year, but yeah, he's been decent so far. Y'all might have something at quarterback. As I didn't think I'd say it about the Saints, but y'all might actually have something with this veteran rookie quarterback. Nigga, damn near 28 anyway. Falcons really could have been a playoff team if they beat and the Panthers. Let's throw them in there because for some reason that's the thorn in the Falcons' ass is the Panthers. But yeah, that Jets win that's or loss for y'all. Should I say that's crazy? If the Niners make it to the NFC Championship game, Fred Warner gonna play. There was also reported that Aiden Hutchinson, when he was hurt, that he can make it back for the Super Bowl, and the Lions didn't even fucking go. So that don't tell me nothing really. Steelers don't fire coaches. They don't do that shit. That story dead, bro. That shit been ran to the ground, bro. They gonna fire Mike Tomlin. They don't. Steelers do not fire coaches. Look how many they've had in the last 70 years. What, three? They're not gonna fire him. On top of that, the Rooney Rule goes back to the Steelers, so they look like hypocrites firing a black coach. So no. If anything, he might take another job, retire early, then come back coach. But they not finna fire Tomlin. They just need to drop that shit. If the Saints get Archman, then maybe the Saints. Brother, have you seen him play? Have you seen Archman play, bro? Like, don't let the last name fool you, dog. Have you seen him play? Come on. Come on, bro. Don't do that. Thinking Niners, Denver. Too many good storyline connections. Yeah, they've been emphasizing a lot of that 2015 Broncos team, too. Obviously, the Demaryius Thomas thing linked to the Giants game where they made that comeback they shouldn't have made. Yeah, I think what was that Thursday they brought him up again, 2015 championship team, and they honored him this season too. Pat Seahawks Super Bowl. It would be funny if that did happen and it ended the same way but opposite teams. Or hell, even though I don't think the Patriots gonna get 7, that would be funny as fuck if they did the same shit again. 1 yard line, didn't give the ball to the running back, whether that's Walker or Charbonnet. The Fred snapped his ankle. Ankle. So Archman and Daniel Jones. I don't want to call him Bronny James because he's not fully Bronny James, but the nigga damn near. Like he's played more college, but damn near as far as the parallel when you think about it, that parallel. Thoughts on Mendoza. If he goes to a bad NFL team, that nigga might be cooked. I really do think that. Unless say, because I noticed this in college football too this year. Mendoza, Aguilar, Pavia. I feel like there's another one I'm forgetting, but these Mexican, Hispanic, Latino, I don't know. They speak Spanish somewhere in their family. I've noticed that's been like kind of a trend with quarterbacks this year. I've seen a couple in bowl games too. I'm not saying it's gonna be a full-fledged Mexican quarterback movement in the league, but they tend to do things with the light skinned quarterback or the mobile quarterback, mobile white quarterback. They got different archetypes they like to recycle, and certain ones they pushed out. What's they ceiling? I say they ceiling the Super Bowl, losing, not winning. Arches Anthony Richardson. I don't think he gonna be that bad. Anthony Richardson is. I'm trying to think. The way they talked about Justin Fields, that's really what Anthony Richardson is, but bigger and more fragile. Bills, Jags play against each other. If that's the case, Buffalo will win that game. Mendoza reminds you of golf. I kind of see it. I get what you're saying with that. That's not saying much, bro. That's really not saying much. They need something, man. They need a spark. They need something. I want Pavia to go there just so he gets humble, though. That's all I know. I hope the Raiders draft him as high as humanly possible. Whatever pick they land with, I hope the Raiders draft Pavia. Granted, being in Vegas and knowing Pavia, this might be a Johnny Manziel situation. I don't know about the nose candy part, but I can see it happening all over again. Willis getting a job somewhere next year. Oh, he got himself a job. Shit for this year, last year, them games he played. That's why I say you go to that Green Bay rehab facility. You get right. The Green Bay quarterback rehab facility with Justin Fields. Go on, go on, take that trip to Wisconsin, boy. Go ahead. Go ahead and do it. You need it. You seriously need it. It might be your only option, nigga. Take your ass to Green Bay. Get out of New York. They done with you anyway. Rams, Denver, New England, Seattle, Bill, Chicago. Here we go with this Bill shit again. They gonna be cooked either way. It's the Raiders. He might need to get in a scandal so he can lower his stock. Like he might just have to go to a club, punch a bouncer real quick, make sure it's on camera, so that the Raiders don't get him. But knowing the Raiders, they probably still want him more because like, damn, their quarterback just knocked out that bouncer. So shit, he gonna have to do something, bro. I don't know. Maybe start an OnlyFans or something. Do some crazy shit, man. Do whatever you can to not go to the Raiders. To Pavia going first overall in the UFL. I bet he do. He gonna be on the NFL team though. I will tell you that much. Is he gonna be a star? I don't know about that, but he gonna be on the team, bro. Shit, if Quinn Ewers play for the Dolphins, Pavia can find his way as a shit a third stringer or something, or at the least we gonna see that nigga in the NFL preseason game. Mm, that's super ironic. That's actually really ironic. Tom Brady, part owner of the Raiders, his career, or really the Patriots dynasty started with the Tuck rule and shit. That's funny. Connected at the hip. He from New Mexico anyway, so it's close to there. Does New Mexico not touch Nevada? I'm pretty sure it does. If not, I know it touches Arizona. It's like in that area. But yeah, that I could see his jersey selling a lot in Vegas for Raiders fans, especially Hispanic fans. Yeah, definitely. Hell, they could probably get some Mexican fans too. You know, I like to play in Mexico for that one game. Send the Raiders over there, or some shit with him. Is Willis? Let me check, man, because I haven't heard anything else if Jordan's gonna play the next game. But let me see, because it might be one of them day to day type things. Yeah, I don't see nothing yet about it. What up later in the week though? I saw how wild back up to Malik threw an interception on his first pass versus the Ravens. That was telling you what was gonna happen in that game right there. Thoughts on Quinn Ewers? I don't think he's a long term solution for the Dolphins. It could be a situation like the Spencer Rattler situation. Keep him for next year, maybe let him start, depending on what the quarterback situation looks like. Things get rough. Maybe you drafted somebody and then they come in and take Ewer's spot, and it's a slow rebuild or something. This offseason, they gonna have to do that shit. That's how I see it. They need to get rid of Harbaugh, stick with Lamar, and yeah, really get rid of some of them players on defense. They ain't got dogs on defense like they used to. They ain't got the Ray Lewis's on the Ravens defense like that. There's nobody on there. Maybe Roquan Smith, but no one really like that. Like a Ray Lewis type of nigga. No, they ain't got that. They got Kyle Hamilton. That's a crash out. Humphrey, but they ain't got them dogs. Like they ain't got a Suggs. They ain't got that shit. They need that. And like usual, they need to upgrade a receiver too. Bruh. That was the pettiest shit I've ever seen in a football game. That is probably like the way they got so creative with how to ensure that Aaron Rodgers did not get sacked was one of the pettiest things I've ever seen. I see that shit maybe on Madden, bro. That's some petty bullshit, bro. They over here using fucking shovel pass, all this other shit. I'm like, bro, you don't even fucking do that shit on a regular basis, bro. What the hell? But you see this big motherfucker who's like 8'5" running 300 miles per hour at you. You start doing dumb shit. Okay. But he gonna break the record anyway. If not, that would be the biggest slap in the face to him for taking the money because it's like not only did you not break the record, you on a sorry ass team and you stuck. Justin Fields to the what's he supposed to do for the Dolphins? Like what is Justin Fields gonna do for the Dolphins, bro? Like I don't really understand that, bro. I do like that they can put him just about anywhere on the field. They said a nigga crash out. The Eagles got the wildest stats, bro. I didn't say he wasn't a beast. I said they ain't got no dogs like a Ray Lewis. They ain't got the T Suggs. They don't have players like that no more. Is what I'm saying. But obviously, we know Kyle Hamilton good. But they missing that on defense. They really missing like the heart of that defense, like that leader type dude. Like Ray Lewis say some shit to make you feel like you gonna run through a brick wall. No one on that defense is doing that shit now. Marlon Humphrey sure as fuck ain't doing that. They got a running back who can run through a wall, but they get selective when they want to get that nigga the ball in the fourth quarter. The Jets to relocate. I think it was a B mentioned something about them getting their own stadium, like the Giants staying in MetLife, and then the Jets coming to New York. They actually playing in New York or some shit like that. Maybe then they see some success, but again, it's the Jets. It's the Jets. Yeah, and he gonna be cussing a whole lot more when they get eliminated in the playoffs too. It's gonna be the same shit. Same old shit. It'd probably be on some shit similar to this. It always seems to be some goal line shit or some really over the top, down to the wire stuff that they always lose on. Like they pull out all the script writing stops for them, I swear. punt decisions, it's all this crazy shit, bad punts, missed field goals, you name it, they done it to them. Then they change the rules for them, and then they still fuck them over. It's the funniest shit in the world. And then the next year, then of course Bills fans gonna be like, man, it's our year to win the Super Bowl. We were so close last year, but this year it's gonna be different, and it ain't different. So, man, shit, y'all in an abusive relationship, man. Y'all just need to know when to walk away. Josh Allen, PR, nah, nigga, Justin Herbert, PR team, good as shit. That's someone who has avoided criticism like a motherfucker. Baker Mayfield needs to be calling him right now. What NFL do? Broncos, Panthers, Super Bowl 60. I don't think so, but it's not crazy. The league loves to do shit like that. Rematches like we saw Rams Patriots rematch years later on the tail end of Brady's career. But I doubt it. And that pattern got noticed too. With the Jags and the Panthers open week 1. J Lo gets divorced the year before the season before Ohio State wins the Natty. Now that these patterns are making the mainstream, certain patterns people start calling out, they start switching shit up. Yeah, just a Herbert PR team, man. I don't know how they do it. I've never seen a quarterback keep such a low profile or the media keeps such a low profile on the quarterback, they should really be criticizing like that. Like Trevor Lawrence got the criticism. Baker Mayfield got criticism. Joe Burrow always gets sympathy because of injuries and it's Cincinnati. Kind of understand that. Josh Allen gets a little criticism, but they give him way too much praise at the same time. We know about Mahomes, Lamar, hit or miss. When they lose, especially playoffs, that's when they turn on him. Justin Herbert, man, that nigga skated by this whole fucking time. It's one of those they kind of just give him the benefit of the doubt and don't really like to talk about him really at all. And part of that was at one point the Chargers weren't good due to injuries. Staley and Herbert was out at one point too. But now you got Harbaugh, bro. So that ain't an excuse. To Niners Patriots Super Bowl. Hella troll job if they do that shit. Mm-hmm. Justin Herbert, yeah, he the one who always skates by. And he quietly has like good stats and shit that they like to praise. But it's one of those things you don't even think about. I'm like, does he really have this many yards? Or does he really have this many? Like, really? That's crazy. Cause that nigga ain't got a playoff win. For real, they give that nigga the pat. Damn, Atlanta up 21-0 at halftime. Are they gonna blow this lead? It's Atlanta. Seahawks or Bears are coming out the NFC. Mm. Bears definitely a team to watch. NFC Championship game. Seattle, that's another one I like. I wouldn't mind seeing that as the matchup, honestly, between those two in the NFC Championship game. Because I will say the Bears are an entertaining team to watch. It's the first year in a long time I've actually like made an attempt to watch a Bears game. Undo all them years of suffering with one last suffering. Bills are 7. You can see Patriots getting revenge and blow out the Bills in the wild card. Now you're just saying stuff I want to see happen. I don't think it'd be a blowout, especially not with Drake May and Josh Allen. Oh no, they got to make that a classic, make that a shootout, something. That's sad but true. That's sad but true considering Tom Brady had like a 20-year career. Herbert only in year 6. That's crazy as hell. Seriously, who is his PR team? His PR team probably is affiliated with Kirk Cousins' agent. Cause ain't no way. They gotta be the same people. They gotta be the same people because they finessing the fuck out of people. Yeah, I read that shit too. I was like, bro, what? A two-time MVP work ethic. Okay. Okay. The nigga didn't even have a choice because education wasn't really the strong suit for him. So he had no choice but to work on football. So what? Yeah, I'm like, what? It sound made up as fuck, bro. I don't believe that shit. Sound like a reporter just started some shit. Talking amongst other reporters and shit. And they took it and ran with it. Honestly, I just want the season to be over with for the Ravens at this point. It'd be cool to make the playoffs and all. I just want the season to be over, bro. This shit. They inconsistent as hell. I don't have any hope, obviously, them going to the Super Bowl, really even the playoffs. But they inconsistent as fuck, bro. Just end it. Just end it, bro. Cardinals too. I'm not surprised. They was booing the shit out of them a couple games ago. I am not surprised whatsoever. Actually, he been getting booed a couple weeks now, so it's clear he been there too long. He overstayed his welcome. Bigger threat on the ground. That's why. And I actually, believe it or not, enjoyed that game too. Never thought I would have enjoyed a game with two backups like that, but hey, I'll take it. Bengals gotta be better. Bengals and gotta be better in the same sentence. You got that man Joe Burrow to press. Yeah, the Broncos was on a hot streak, bro. Hot streak. Damn, the Patriots were on a streak. Colts started off on a streak. We know how that ended. Buccaneers, they another team had the losing streak too. So yeah, some shit definitely came to an end this year. What's good, Daniel son? What's up with you? Said Burrow going to the Rams. He'd have way more success there than he does in Cincinnati. Man, you know the team he lost to in the Super Bowl. That'd be the only way I see that nigga get in the ring. Is not in a Bengals uniform. I saw somewhere Sauce Garner was on a 1-7 Jets team, got traded to the Colts, and they went 1-7 after he got there. That nigga lost 14 games, or he been on a losing team 14 times after getting traded to a winning team. That's crazy. But yeah, the Colts they hold this shit out the Colts. That's really some whole shit the NFL did. That's some next level whole shit. I know I said there ain't no script in the world gonna save the Colts with Daniel Jones. It's true. There ain't shit gonna save him. It is what it is. But damn, bro, starting off that hot, having being one of the top teams in the league. They talking about how great of an owner old lady is with the head son on the sideline who really just need to get ass in the fucking press box. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Ursay did before he died. But damn, they must have really had some beef or some shit, because ain't no way in hell they do that shit. The year you pass and like honor you and all this shit, no playoffs. You're starting a quarterback out for the season. You got to fucking sign a grandpa and shit. Like, bruh, there got to be some long standing beef there. I thought that was established years ago by Purdy. And I think Chris Collinsworth found a new quarterback to glaze since Mahomes is going to be out for a little minute. And that's Brock Purdy, because that nigga was glazing the shit out of Brock Purdy last night. I was like, bro, like, chill. It's Brock Purdy, bro. You doing a lot. Like, you was doing a lot with Mahomes, but it's Brock Purdy, bro. You really doing the most. What's up, Chucky D? What's up, man? Browns records now 4-12. They beat Pittsburgh 4-1-2 area code. Yep. And they usually win that Christmas weekend game too. Like the NFL's little gift. It's like, y'all usually suck, but it's Christmas. Fuck it. Here's a win. And they usually be at home too. Gonna be elite at some point. Let's hope the Browns don't do Browns things and fuck his shit up, because it's been happening. I can see it's been happening. I wouldn't be surprised if they did some bullshit in the offseason. Sign someone to start over him, even though he's the clear choice as of right now. So Rams gonna whip on their first, second round picks. McCarthy going to the Giants or Titans. Shit, both of them could use them. For real though. I ain't seen nothing that confirmed if he was or not. I know he talked about retiring. I figured it would have been around the time that Kershaw retired because Kershaw went out with a ring and shit like that after a long career. I don't get the vibe that Stafford retired this year. I feel like we would know before the season starts if he is, especially something like that Super Bowl winning quarterback gonna be in the Hall of Fame, probably be in media afterwards or some shit. I could see them doing like kind of like Aaron Rodgers, assuming Rodgers don't pull a Brett Favre, something like that. Nigga said Kenny Stabler. That is a reference I did not expect in 2025. Kenny Stabler. Ain't no way. He have to force his way out or something. He might have to pull an Anthony Joshua or some shit to get out of that. Actually, I forgot he already been in a car accident before. But he might be a Joe Thomas, but for the defense. Joe Thomas, one of the greatest offensive linemen of all time. Never played a playoff game. Played with the Browns his whole career. Garrett, one of the greatest D linemen in the game. He has played in the playoff game, but Cleveland, where your career goes to die. And I honestly hope so too. I don't really hate Aaron Rodgers, but I'm just tired of nigga in the media talking the shit. Hey, go ahead, retire, bro. You play Dion and Shadur. Nigga, seriously, retire. And that's really why I think that the Steelers gonna win on Sunday too. Rodgers last season, they gonna milk at least one last playoff game, really probably two playoff games out of him. Because again, that's Aaron Rodgers' household name. Everybody knows him. Household NFL team. Everybody knows him. It's a win-win. But it'd have to be against a marquee quarterback like a Josh Allen, somebody established in one of those matchups. Oh, Marcus Freeman announced he's staying. But I do think at some point Marcus Freeman will leave Notre Dame and go to the NFL to coach. Probably. What you mean? Probably. He a little rebellious, but he definitely down. What you mean? It's time to get rid of Aaron Rodgers. It's over. That's crazy. NFL gonna get rid of Aaron Rodgers before the NBA get rid of LeBron. That's crazy. Even for a second, I thought Tom Brady would have played longer than LeBron did. I know they got Will Howard, but I don't really know if that's what they plan to do. Is kind of like Green Bay strategy, have him sit behind Aaron Rodgers, kind of like the Jets was gonna do with Zach Wilson, have him sit behind A Rod and learn for a season. Then okay, here you go, you can play. They might go that route. I just haven't seen enough of Will Howard in the NFL to really know. Okay, that's the guy. Because if not, they might end up. There might be another Kenny Pickett situation. You thought they was gonna milk Phillip Rivers' comeback? What is he? 45? He 45 and a grandpa. They wasn't finna do shit off the couch. Like it worked with Joe Flacco, but like he wasn't out for 5 years. He might look like a grandpa, but he not one. Hell no. That was just to get eyeballs back on the Colts for the time being because nobody gave a fuck about Riley Leonard. That's all that shit was. Steelers the fourth seed, Texans the fifth. Texans defense finna make Rodgers retire by halftime. Hey, not if he get that ball off as quick as he did against the goddamn Browns. Get that shit out in like 0.2 seconds. Get that shit. It's gonna be an ugly game if they do that shit again. Cause that's like to me, it feels like the equivalent, like kind of like the Hacker Shack, but for football. It might not necessarily stop the clock doing that shit, but damn, it ain't really the most efficient shit to do. I say Freeman. Freeman for sure. Landon got a good thing going on in Oregon. I mean, in the NIL era, endless money, Phil Knight money, Nike money, nigga. You are the main program for all that apparel gear, anything Nike. Kirby Smart already got the natties. Kind of gives him more like that Nick Saban kind of vibe. He ain't going to the NFL. If he do, probably don't end up well. Gonna come back to college and do some shit like that. Marcus Freeman, I do think he gonna go to the league eventually. Like that Notre Dame shit gonna wear on him. They already crying about not making the playoffs and sitting out of bowl games and shit. As long as Tomlin the coach, you already know. That Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph made the playoffs and got smacked in the playoffs too. It should have been, man. Like the rivalry sells itself. Even to this day, even if it's not the same as it used to be with the Big Bens and Troy Polamalu's, James Harrison, Ray Lewis, and the name alone, Ravens Steelers, you just know if somebody's a Steelers fan, you a Ravens fan, you already know, vice versa. It is what it is. Kind of like the Packers and the Bears off top, them two. Niners, Cowboys off top. Is recent as hell, but Kansas City and Buffalo. I was thinking the same shit too. But really, like you really only need enough to fill the three time slots. You need Sunday night game, something for the 4:25 p.m. slot, some for the 1 p.m. that they can drag for red zone. Which even then, even if it's just 2 or 3 games that matter, all these games red zone gonna care about anyway. Other people gonna care about because they gonna bet on them and shit. So they can still get drama out of it, even if it's just these certain games that the playoffs matter. Mm, Tyler, protect your shoulders, man. Ice your shoulders. Ice that shit up. Man, if only the Falcons got rid of Raheem Morris as a head coach. If only. Until then, they'll be what they are. 6-9. Feel like when Harbaugh and Tomlin step down, we may see the Ravens and Steelers rivalry turn back up with the new head coach, basically like a new era in the rivalry. I mean, yeah, but I don't know if they can bring back that same level of grit that they had back in the day, like the early 2000s and shit. Because again, the rules have changed a lot too. Like then, you could hit stick the shit out of a nigga. You can go helmet to helmet. You can knock a nigga helmet off, and it wasn't no crazy shit where you was thinking, "Oh, this man got to go to the hospital, and we got to all take a knee and then change the Nah, nah. It was gritty as fuck. I don't know if they can bring that shit back like that. They've tried, but I don't think so anytime soon. I won't disagree with that shit, man. Not one bit. That was the one thing I was the happiest about all year was seeing them niggas not in the playoffs. Drake May is the favorite to win MVP, as he should. As he should be, and probably will win. Unless they want to do some shit where like I doubt he does win, but say Caleb Williams or something like that, because they've always had plans for Caleb Williams going back to Oklahoma anyway, and now he's finally having success in the NFL. It'd be something to give him not only the Heisman but then the MVP, also kind of like Lamar. But yeah, this should be Drake's to win. Yeah, they got the ugliest wins I've ever fucking seen in my life. Will be better next season, like the Browns and Vikings. Minnesota, I would like to think that, but McCarthy too inconsistent. But I would like to think that the Browns, we've we've all heard this story before with the Browns, where they supposed to be better the next year and shit. They did this when they got Odell, Jarvis Landry. It looked like they had a super team and shit, and they still sucked. I wouldn't say that about the Browns. So you know about the Raiders, dog. It's the Raiders and Jets, bro. They suck. Just it is what it is. They ass. The Jags got a shot at the Super Bowl. Honestly, no. Really, no. No, I don't. I know there's a storyline they can go if the Trevor Lawrence played in Santa Clara and won the Natty against Tua and shit. No, Super Bowl is for casuals. I don't really know many players that a casual could name besides Travis Hunter, Trevor Lawrence, that they could really name on the Jaguars football team. Even though they're a good team, but again, Super Bowls for casuals. They need names that people want to tune into. That nigga can't read a front seven. That's what. You see the Falcons blowing the lead. I mean, they was up 28-3 in the Super Bowl, so 21-3. That's a hopping and skipping away. And I mean, shit, the Rams had a 16-point lead in week 16 against the Seahawks. Gone. So yeah, that game ain't over. Unless say the Falcons scored like two quick ass touchdowns and shit. Made it 35, yeah, 35-3 or something, but doubt it. I highly doubt it. But next level trolling would be make that score 28-3, then have the Falcons lose. That'd be some trolling right there. Script writers would be like, you know what? Everybody got a Christmas gift. Except the Lions and the Falcons. Yeah, fuck them. They was up 28-3. Fuck them niggas. I can see them doing some whole shit like that. Yeah, y'all really are. Y'all I can't say y'all should have traded Kirk Cousins at this point. It's hindsight 2020, but like y'all actually need that nigga right now. That's crazy. Y'all really need Kirk Cousins. Mm-mm-mm. I don't want to be extreme about it, but that Penix injury, shit, that shit really fucked y'all up, man. And Raheem Morris, of course, can't forget him. But y'all got players and stuff. Y'all just the Falcons be in their own way a lot. It's like we see they got receivers, they got running backs, and had a good defense. They can't get out their own damn way. And the biggest example obviously was 28-3, but that's the thing about the Falcons, man. At least it can't be 28-3, 24. Unless they got two safeties, but doubt it. Hey man, pause. Pause, dog. Pause. Going in all on Burrow. Pause, man. Pause. Derrick Henry was running all. Bro is Derrick Henry. That nigga run over everybody. What are you talking about? That's not a good example. Who they love torturing the most? How is the Cowboys not on here? They should be damn near number one. I would say really the Cowboys fans because they the easiest ones. They always fall for that Super Bowl shit. And it's been like that for what, 20 plus years. The Bills would be a close second. The Falcons, really the 28-3 is what really kind of started it for real. So that's more recent. The Lions, they said fuck your Thanksgiving. The Jets are the Jets. And like the Jets and the Browns, they get their own way a whole lot. Like more than these other teams listed on here. But definitely Dallas and Buffalo. Oh yeah, from Young Ho. Packers up there too, especially with the losses versus the Niners in the playoffs. I don't think it's the same level. It's probably that's more like Baltimore level. It's like you at least you know you going back to the playoffs back when they had Rodgers and shit. It's like at least we gonna be back to the playoffs, even if it ain't they ain't gonna win shit. But mm-mm. Cowboys though, it's cause the dopamine hit too strong for them. The shit hit like crack for them. Same with the Bills. The Bills they on meth, but like the Cowboys, that shit hit like crack to them. They get one big win in the season. It's like, oh shit, we about to win the Super Bowl. Oh shit, can't nobody stop us. And then they get humbled the next week. But they still keep trudging along till they get eliminated. The Bills, nah, it's a high the off season, the start of the season, the middle of the season, all the way to the playoffs until they lose. Before reality sets in and has to smack them in the face and say, motherfucker, you were the Bills. Boy, I love losing Super Bowls. That's all you ever gonna be. But they still come back for another hit of hope. And it comes into this little loop where they keep going over and over and over and over thinking that until Josh Allen leaves them and wins the Super Bowl somewhere else. And then at that point, they finally realize the message is fully received. It was never meant to be. But again, they too stubborn, so they're going to have to find out in the playoffs this year. So there's that. Say, give you Giants some love, man. I mean, y'all beat the Raiders. Like, congratulations, I guess. But again, y'all need a head coach. Y'all need a head coach. Protect your quarterback. Malik Neighbors, Scat Pack. Y'all need less injuries too, but new head coach and that defense is not great. Not great. But I do think y'all like a head coach away. A good head coach hire, away. Kind of like how the Bears were for so long. It's like just get rid of Matt Nagy. Get rid of Eberflus. Finally did that, and then here we are, Ben Johnson. I said Aaron Glenn goes where somewhere to be a D coordinator because head coaching ain't for him. Whoever need a D coordinator, if he went to the Giants, hey, he ain't got to move. Just change up the colors a little bit. So you feel bad for Aaron Glenn? I mean, you coach the Jets, bro. You know how that shit gonna go. It's like Hugh Jackson when he went to the Browns. You know what it is. Like, nigga, it's the Browns. And you a black head coach too on top of that with the Browns. Come on. Shit wasn't gonna be nice. Shit wasn't gonna be sweet. Todd Bowles kind of got off easy though. He still get to make playoffs and shit. D'Amico Ryan, he got it easy too. He got starting as a head coach, he got in the league, making the playoffs and shit, seeing success. Of course not. He's on the Jets, bro. Like that's just one of them places it's gonna be a rough experience. Diddy might have lived there. It's just gonna be a rough experience there, man, you know? They did fleece the coast. Okay. That's cool. Is they still gonna miss the playoffs again next year? That's great. They fleeced the Colts. Cool. Still gonna miss the playoffs. The Jets really should have offered Ben Johnson, whatever. Man, yeah, I'm cool on the Jets, bro. They suck. I'm cool on the Jets. But yeah, that's gonna be another thing too. Talking about meaningless games for a week 18. You gotta think about the games too for the number one overall draft spot too, which they gonna make a big deal about that. It's gonna be a tank off where one of them teams that you know should have lost the game, or excuse me, should have won a game, does some incredibly stupid shit. Like it's not just on some typical rig shit, scripted shit. No, it's gonna be incredibly stupid. Like it might be shit. I don't know. They down two, ball on the opponent's 10-yard line. They just got to kick a field goal to win the game. They decide to go for the win and don't get it. So Raheem Morris is still fired if he wins this game. He should have been fired last year. Saw the movie Him. You discussed it a while ago. Movie holds a lot of truth. Yeah, man, truth in plain sight. There's actually a movie I watched last night. Similar is basically the pro wrestling version of that called Dark Match. It got Chris Jericho in it, and it's kind of similar. It's like the female wrestler. It's set in the 80s, by the way. Female wrestler is dating one of the other wrestlers who was Trevor from GTA 5. Those are like two main stars besides Jericho. And they on this indie wrestling promotion. They get invited to do a show for another promotion out on this what desert, or I can't even say, just a remote place, no service for 235 miles. Nothing. It's in this house where they do rituals and shit. They got these drugged drinks and shit, drug weed, everything laced and shit. In the matches, there's like five different matches, and every match is real. So when they say an inferno match, they really got flamethrowers and shit, and you don't win until the other motherfucker catches on fire and dies. Like it's some crazy shit, bro. It's kind of like if they took the fight scene between Marlon and Tariq near the end of the movie, but like made it wrestling and shit with better fight choreography and shit. But no, it's a good ass movie though. I really enjoyed it. The ending though, who was that? Shutter, who AMC, whoever made the movie, y'all was on some bullshit for that ending though. Y'all know better to do that bullshit. That was uncalled for. Listen, uncalled for that shit. Uncalled for. Everything else was great up until that point. And if you watch the movie, you can watch it online, typical sites. If you watch the ending, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say it was some fucking bullshit. That's funny as fuck, man. Damn. I bet Aaron Glenn feel the same way. His birthday's on Sunday. Interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if he scored though. Would not. But in them situations, usually they got a big game the game prior, like the nigga had 4 touchdowns and shit. A lot of people gonna be on him, so he probably not gonna score. Because when he had that 4 TD game, a lot of people faded him from the week based on the week before, and then he went off. So now that he went off, got the 200 yards. They're gonna assume, they're gonna do the same shit against Pittsburgh and give that nigga the ball, and he gonna go crazy and all this other shit and get 200 yards. Bro. No, mm-mm. Hmm. There's a lot of different players that got shows now. I'm kind of having trouble keeping track. Like who had a fucking special or something like that. Saquon was one of them. I know teams individually get shit too. Like, what was it, stadium lockup? Did one for the Browns. The Buccaneers got an Amazon special. They got a lot of NFL stuff out there. I didn't realize how much stuff was actually on Prime that the NFL has that it feels like they don't even advertise. So they're starting to turn on golf. Mm. Wouldn't be the first time. Mm. He showed it. And I remember that game too, that Mostert game, because I was like, who the fuck is this guy Mostert? I ain't never heard of this dude. I knew who he was after that, but I was like, who the fuck is Mostert, bro? Like, who is this nigga getting 200 some yards rushing, putting up Madden numbers and shit? Because I think he had like, what, 9 carries? It was some stupid Madden like stat that he had in that game. Like, this some bullshit. Because of Hard Knocks for the East. That would have made sense, especially for ratings and shit. If they wanted to do that, they should just went to the AFC North. You got the Browns, what should do in that little drama. You got the Ravens. Well, they wouldn't want that shit right now and all the shit they got going on. The Steelers, they got to gear up for the AFC North. The Bengals. That shit would kind of be depressing as fuck because most of the time all them quarterbacks gonna be hurt. I guess besides Shador. Nigga, play Madden, bro. Just play Madden. Just play Madden. He can win as a backup, but nigga, just play Madden. And ain't no telling what the fuck he'd have to do after the fact, or what news would come out about him if he did win the Super Bowl. Like, bro, it'd be some crazy shit you couldn't even believe. It'd be like Sharon Moore times 10. Like that story didn't sound the butter knife. Like really, like that's rookie shit for real. But like a butter knife, bro. Come on, you ain't serious. You ain't really about that life. Or I guess it would be about that death. You ain't really about that shit, nigga. Anyway, Bills and the whole NFC East was on Hard Knocks. Forgot about that. Yeah, that's another thing too. They got all this Hard Knock shit. They got the preseason version, which the real Hard Knocks is what I call that. That's the main one. This is middle of the season shit. I don't like that. I don't like that shit. That don't count to me, and it don't make me want to watch the games more. Like I already know what the playoff implications gonna be, so I don't need to see all the behind the scenes shit for the last 3-4 weeks, unless I just need some shit on TV. But yeah, they was the Bills were on Hard Knocks. I guess people forgot that, but again, just wait till the playoffs. If they didn't give Steve one, and they hold him too, or the whole team, really, not just him, but they fell a yard short. That's up there with the Seahawks. Ball at the one, technically the same shit, yard short, but interception. One, the dude was running, and oh, he couldn't reach it. He couldn't reach it, off by 3 feet. Steve McNair should be in the Hall of Fame. That's what he should be in, but it might be a long time. It might be when people don't even, most younger people don't even know who the hell Steve McNair is before he get inducted to the Hall of Fame. Only because of how he died, and it's just a messy situation. And even if you induct him in the Hall of Fame, it's the fact that that story still like hovers around him, and it kind of makes shit kind of awkward. So yeah, it's gonna be a minute before that happens for Steve, if ever. Cam Ward Super Bowl. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Next couple years they're gonna be straight though, cause new stadium, new head coach, they got their quarterback. Let's go back. If they get the head coach part right, let's take a step back. Assuming they get the head coaching shit right, then all the other shit. But if not, they're just gonna be in a new stadium and they gonna damn near be like the Raiders, bro. Sorry as shit with a new stadium that everybody else gonna play championships in, but them. So yeah, so this year's just kind of a wash for the Titans. But they do know they got a quarterback, receiver, all that good shit. Steve Nail was cold as fuck on the Titans. You mad people leave him out when they talk about the best black QBs? Probably for one, because he's not alive. And I mean, he was in the era of Donovan McNabb, Michael Vick, and stuff. And Michael Vick was the most popular, so by default, there's that already overshadowing you. But yeah, he was cold in the motherfucker, man. Steve Nair, my favorite player of all time. Big too. He could run fast and shit. Big as hell. Country strong. Had a cannon. Who I think shut the lights in the Niners Ravens game in the Super Bowl? Whoever the fuck Roger Goodell told him to do that shit. That's who. Whoever works on event staff and shit is like, hey, hit him on that walkie talkie real quick. Hit that switch. Kind of like that movie, was it Trap, where they try to catch the serial killer inside the pop star concert. But they just lock all the doors and shit. Lock all the fans inside. Dejan DeJounald? Wait, what? Dejan? Nah, that can't be real. Most of the meaningful division games are split series, yeah. That's why they do that shit too. Where they split shit because they know week 18 everything is divisional matchups, so they know we can make this shit matter. Mm. Call that nigga DeJounald? What? Dejan? I ain't never heard. That sound like DiGiorno. Call that nigga a pizza. Man, I know you lying. I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. Yeah. All right, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Now we're gonna be back on Thursday. Wait, hold on. Thursday. I forgot New Year's Thursday. We should be back on Thursday. Pregame pick 'em. Think playoffs as well on Thursday too. But yeah, man, stay tuned. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay warm. Stay dry. All that good stuff. Drink water. Wear condoms. Say no to drugs.